Monday, March 13th, 2023, and it's time for a reality check. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizabeth, and I am living in the light by documenting my weight loss journey, and I'm using Optavia's 5-in-1 program. If you're not familiar with the Optavia program, you can reach out to me. I've got some information in the description box down below. Basically, Optavia is a program where you eat 5 of their fuelings, which come to you in your monthly Optavia box, and you make one lean and green meal that consists of 5 to 7 ounces of a lean protein and 3 servings of lower carbohydrate vegetables, and you eat every 2 to 3 hours spread throughout the day, and that is what brings you to your optimal health, your optimal weight by following the program that way. I have been doing Optavia now for 37 weeks. I'm starting week 38, and I'm really excited about that because I have had tremendous success on this program, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit today later on about consistency and plateaus, which can sometimes be an issue for people who are losing weight. One of the reasons that I do these reality checks each week is because for me, having that accountability and having to come and tell people how much weight I've lost, how many inches I've lost, whether I've lost or not, is something that helps to motivate me and keeps me on track. I've also talked before about how my love language is words of affirmation, and having this channel provides me with those words of affirmation because I get lots of people who give me thumbs up. So scroll down, give me thumbs up, give me those words of affirmation and encouragement. And I also have subscribers, people who come back and watch my videos and leave me comments and encourage me. And that has been so incredibly helpful. So please, it really does help me. It doesn't do anything for you. Just give me that thumbs up on the video and encourage me a little bit today because that is super helpful. So how did I do this week as far as weight loss in inches go? Check it out. I lost weight again this week, and I call this the 2 week because I lost 2.2 pounds and 2 inches. My granddaughter's birthday is 2/22/22. I love that. So I just right up there with Taylor today with all the 2s and the inches that I've lost and the weight that I've lost. But my total weight loss, 97.4. That means I am 2.6 pounds away from having lost 100 pounds. Now I will say that prior to starting Optavia on June the 20th, a week before that, I weighed and I started drinking water just to get myself used to drinking that amount of water. And in that week between the week before I started Optavia, I lost 3 pounds. So technically I've lost 101 pounds since that week. But I really, with my reality checks, I only go by my Optavia weight, so my starting weight for Optavia. So 97.4. In my head, I know I've lost 100, so that's really cool. And inches, but I wanted to tell you, 51 inches, that's a lot of inches. Where have those come from? 14 inches off of my waist. 14, like picture that. That's more than a foot long. It's 2 inches longer than a foot. That's huge. 14 inches off my waist, 4 inches off of my arms, 7 inches off of each thigh, 7.5 inches off of each thigh, 14 inches off of my chest, and 11 inches off of my hips. And I'm very pleased about that progress. So how have I had this kind of progress? I really think that it is being consistent. Having a consistent schedule, knowing what I'm going to eat, when I'm going to eat it, making sure that I have kind of a pattern for drinking water. I've talked about this in the past, but typically I will eat my first fueling about 6:15 in the morning. And then my next fueling I have around 9 in the morning. And in between those 2 fuelings, not only do I drink my 3 cups of coffee then, but I also try to get in 40 ounces of water. And then I eat again around 9 o'clock. And then I'll eat again around 11:45-ish. I usually try to shoot for 2 hours and 45 minutes between fuelings. That works best for me most of the time. In between fueling 2 and 3, I try to get in another 40 ounces of water. I have this big water bottle, which is a 40-ounce water bottle. So if I can drink one between fuelings 1 and 2, one between fueling 2 and 3, and then the third one I kind of taper off and I spread that throughout the rest of the day. Plus I usually will have a little bit more afterwards in the evening before I go to bed to take my supplements with maybe another 8 ounces. So I do try to shoot for a full gallon of water a day, and consistently drinking that amount of water is super helpful. Finding a way to be consistent in when you eat and how much water you drink, and not trying to guzzle all of your water at one time is going to be better for your body, to just constantly be hydrating, constantly be fueling your body. And that's why this program works so well, because you are constantly, consistently providing food for your body, and just enough that your body has something to burn. And once it burns through that amount of food, it will go to your fat stores, because once you get on the program and you've been on the program, you burn through that glycogen, and then your body is working on the fat stores that you have, and literally the weight is melting off. I have no other way to describe it. I am not hungry. I am not lethargic. I have way more energy than I've had in the past. I have desires to do things, to get out, to be more active, and I did not have those desires in the past. And I think consistently following the program and knowing that I can just relax into that program because I'm not constantly having to think about it. Optavia really takes a lot of the thinking out of the program for the most part. Takes a lot of the prep out of the program for the most part, and that has been super helpful for me to have been so successful on this program. I am almost 2/3 of the way to my goal, 50 more pounds, maybe more, we'll see. But for right now, I am so excited about where I've come from, where I am now, and how close I am to where I have to go. If I can lose 100 pounds, I can lose another 50. And the end goal doesn't seem so difficult and far away as it seemed back in June when I started. I get a lot of questions about plateaus as well. Have I plateaued? What do I do when I plateau? For me, fortunately for me, I haven't plateaued yet. I had 1 week where I gained weight, and that was actually following the week that I lost 6 pounds. So my normal weight loss has been around 2 pounds-ish, sometimes more, sometimes less, but right around 2 pounds. And 1 week I lost 6 in a week, and it was really a shock. Like, how did I lose 6 pounds? But I did. But the next week I was up 2.5 pounds. I hadn't done anything different. I had still followed the plan, and I think my body just kind of, like, they call it the fat whoosh. It just kind of released a bunch of stuff, and then it was like, okay, now we need to settle back into our regular routine again, and I was right back to losing weight. So I know I gained that week, but I don't really look at it as a gain. I just look at it as I had a really big dip, and then I just kind of got back to equilibrium and have been moving right along ever since then. I've had some weeks where I've lost 0.5 pound. Most weeks I've lost more than 1 pound in a week. Last week was 0.6 pounds, so that was a little bit unusual for me, but I'm right back to my normal loss again. And so I haven't plateaued. However, I know that plateauing, especially for people who maybe are only trying to lose 20 pounds, and I say only because for me, 20 pounds is like, okay. But I know for people who have to lose 20 pounds, that's a big amount. So I'm not minimizing that at all. Please don't hear me minimize. If you have to lose 20 pounds, it's going to take you longer. You're going to lose a smaller amount each week than somebody who has to lose 200 pounds. They're going to have those bigger losses and probably lose for a longer period of time before they eventually plateau. Will I plateau? Probably. I keep saying that I see this in my near future, and so far, thank you, I have not. But if you plateau, here's my recommendation. right? If you find that you haven't lost anything, and a plateau is not just 1 week, a plateau is like 3 weeks with you following program and not losing anything and not losing any inches, because sometimes we'll lose inches and not weight. So don't look at it as a plateau if your body is still losing inches. You're adjusting, things are moving around somehow. But if you haven't lost anything for 3 weeks, that's when you need to take a week and write every single thing down that you eat or drink. Every single thing, every ounce of water, every ounce of any other liquids that you consume, any foods that you eat, anything that you add to your coffee, that you add to your water. Are you adding fruit to your water? Are you adding Crystal Light to your water? What are you making with your fuelings? Are you adding anything to them? If you're not on Optavia, just still writing everything down. And then go over those things with your coach. Keep track of the number of steps you're getting in each day, whatever activities you're doing. If you're working out, if you're walking, if you are, mountain biking, whatever it is that you're doing, write all of that stuff down and go over that with your coach, because there might be some clues in there for why you aren't losing weight. So that would be my recommendation for plateauing. And then be consistent. Stick with the program. Don't freak out. Don't try to change anything up without talking to your coach first. And eventually your body will say, okay, I'm good. I can start losing weight again. Sometimes just the way our bodies work is our body will say, oh, you're not feeding me enough, so I have to hold on to everything. I don't want to burn anything because it thinks that it's starving. And you just have to be consistent until your body says, okay, this is the way it is. I can start burning now, and then you'll see things start to move again. I know lots of people who have 10 pounds to lose, 5 pounds left to lose, and it can be 3 or 4 weeks of just maintaining, and then they'll lose a half a pound or a pound. It just takes time, and you have to say, I'm willing to stick with it. I'm willing to see this through to the end. I can say this now very easily because I haven't had to face that yet. So stick around for a few months, because when I get closer to my goal, it's going to be harder for me to lose the weight. I know that's what's going to happen. And I just am preparing myself mentally for that, and know that if I can make it through this, I can make it through that, and I can make it to my goal. So I hope that this provides you some encouragement. This week, nothing new. Next week, I am going out of town to a homeschool convention to work for the company that I work for. I'll be an exhibitor there, and I'm really looking forward to that because I get an opportunity to meet one of you, one of my new Optavia friends, and have a meal with her and just find some time to pour into each other and encourage each other, get to know each other. And I'm really excited about that. I love making new friends. I love meeting people. And just the opportunity to hear about somebody else's journey and to be able to encourage in person is super exciting. So if you're ever in the Nashville, Tennessee area, let me know. I live very close to Nashville, and I'd love to meet you. And hey, if you're ever around and you want to come eat at my house, I'll make you a lean and green meal. I'd be happy to do that. All right. Until I see you next time, love yourself, love others, and live in the light.